this about sugar, then you 100% quit today, right? So I'm now on all channels. I'm so grateful here. And the truth is that sugar gets in everywhere. So let me tell you what often at night around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, the house finally gets quiet, and that's exactly when it hits you. Cravings that pull to the pantry. If you're kind of addicted to sugar, then it's gonna be like that chocolate, that candy. Like I had a message today from my patient. It wasn't a craving, but it was like the potato chips, and then they keep going in your mind, and you're just like,
Well, you got to make sure you take off.
sorry, I lost you. So let me start again. So I so apologize. Go ahead and have everybody mute themselves. Thanks, guys. Sorry about that. Here, we're going to try this again, okay? So sorry. I don't know what's going on with the weather. I just had a meeting and it was back and forth as well. So let's start again. If you knew this about sugar, then you would quit today, right? So it happens like when you're alone or like at night or 9 o'clock in the evening when it's like that sugar craving hits and you're drawn to it. And then you're just like, I earned that, right? I earned that. And so this is what I am leaning towards because I worked really hard all day, or we have all these justifications. And nobody's told you that the craving isn't a weakness. It's not a lack of willpower. It's your body giving you a signal, right? It's that amazing that craving is the message, right? And the body, it's sending the message to it, but you've been running on this tab all day long because the truth is you skipped breakfast, right? Then you might have had like coffee or tea or water for lunch, right? And then you did a really hard workout, whether it was in the morning or early afternoon or right around lunchtime, and you're holding it together for work and for your family and for your kids, like everybody, right? And you didn't give anything nutritional to your body. So really what happens is the signals start to connect over time, right? Your body's like collecting. It's kind of like a bill with interest, but it's in sugar, right? So the next 30 minutes, I want to show you exactly why this happens. And those that are live with me, like, please, like, you get special gifts today. If you want to be live, jump on. I'm talking to Instagram right now. Jump on our email list and click the link up in our bio, and then you'll get the handout, right? So it's like, I'm going to give you ways to shut this off and why it's happening. It's not tips, it's not like drink more water, but it's really true regulation because here's the question that I want you guys to all think about, right? That it's sitting with you the whole time. How much longer are you willing to live under what you could live above? How much longer are you willing to push your body when your body's clearly giving you these signals that it needs more nutrition, right? Type in the chat right now. When does your cravings hit? It could be salt, it could be sugar, right? But the truth is if it's salt, it's usually a carb, and carb is a sugar. So is it after you put the kids down? Like, let me know in the chat. Let me know on Instagram. Comment like, when do your sugar cravings hit? And those of you that are live, I love to have your cameras on, right? Please, like, I want to see your beautiful faces. I know I can't see them on Instagram and YouTube, but like, I get to see you, right? So, are you guys going to engage with me? Comment like, when are your cravings? When do they actually hit? I want to see it. So, as you're thinking about it and you have it in your brain, and while you're typing it, I want you to realize that you're not alone, right? If you're thinking of that number, somebody else is. Is it in the morning? Is it in the early afternoon, like 3 to 4 p.m. when you have an adrenal crash, right? Every number in the chat, you're running the same tab. You're not feeding your body enough. You're pushing your body too hard. This isn't a you problem, it's a pattern. And guess what? Your patterns can be broken, you guys. They don't have to stay in this arena. So let's actually talk about what's happening. Does this make sense? What is actually happening? Yeah, thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Barb. 3 to 4, 6 to 8:30. Sorry, I read that as 6 to 9. Like, what is really happening? Okay. The nighttime and early afternoon sugar cravings are almost never about sugar, you guys. It's about three things that you actually did to your body before the sun went down or before like you finished your work into the afternoon or whatever your life is, right? You didn't eat enough. You didn't eat enough protein, you didn't eat enough vegetables, your blood sugar dropped and it kept dropping and like crashed. You could actually do it pretty quickly. And by early afternoon or nighttime, those are the two keys when most people drop their blood sugar. Your body is screaming for the fastest fuel that it can find. And that's often sugar, right? That craving is your body needing help right now. That's number one. And that's usually why your hormones get imbalanced. Because remember, when your blood sugar is crashing, your cortisol is pumping out. And when your cortisol is pumping out, it can't do, your body's hormonal response cannot do its job. So that takes me to the second one that I think about, that you're pushing too hard. You're working out too hard, or you're powering through the day on fumes. You would never not put a full tank of gas in your car and drive 3,000 miles or 1,000 kilometers, right? You're spending energy and not replacing it. It's the same with gas and electricity. If your circuit was shut off in your house and you went to turn your light on, would it come on? No, right? Your body isn't, it doesn't forget that debt and how you treat it. It's going to collect it by signals because you're not giving your body what it needs. This is the power of the foundation of nutritional medicine, right? Now we're going to pivot a little bit, like we talked about on Friday, is your nervous system not being turned off? That's a big one, right? You push and you push and you push, and you've been in fight or flight since your feet hit the floor in the morning. The cortisol is up, the stress is on, it's 24/7. And when you live in that sugar cortisol state, like I just mentioned, when your sugar drops, your cortisol comes in and like your body saying, alarm, 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 right? That's when you're living in what I call the sugar cortisol space. Your body can't rest, it can't repair itself, and it can't give you the energy or feel good, I guess I would say, or joyful, right? So it reaches for this one thing that gives it a 2-minute hit of calm, a sugar or a starch. If you say this back to yourself, I'm not craving sugar, I'm craving regulation. And that's what most women are craving. And I'm going to be straight with you because the truth is being soft with you hasn't worked. If your blood sugar isn't balanced, I want you to hear this. I cannot heal you. I can't. Nobody can. I can't out supplement you. I can't give you affirmations and set that up. I can't tell you to use your willpower. I just can't. It's not possible from a metabolic standpoint. And that's what we're always trying to reset, right? So if your body is in that survival mode, you gotta balance your sugar first. You've got to eat protein at every meal, healthy fat and vegetables. Everything else becomes possible, right? Because we have the ripple effect. So Nancy, when you say I don't eat meat, then you need to lean into fish or something, right? So you've got to get your protein in, and there's all different ways, even if you're a vegetarian slash vegan. It's so important. And how about if we say cortisol is our friend, not our enemy, because you want it. You want it when you're in an emergency situation. You know what I mean? Like you want it to be there for you. So this is what it's actually costing you because it's really never the candy. You're waking up in the morning, right? And you're exhausted, right? And you're irritated. You just really want 5 minutes to yourself. And then if you have children or a spouse or a loved one or a phone call, whatever it is, I'm going to use an example. This like little voice is saying, Mom, Mom, or your husband is like, I want to go over something real quick, or a loved one needs you. And that's when you snap. And then you feel guilty for snapping before it's even 7 a.m., before you've even started your day. Or it's the end of the day, you're walking in the door depleted because you haven't fed yourself the right nutrition. Somebody's short with you. You're short with them. What happens to the whole house? We've all been there. It tenses. The emotions become real. The stories start speaking for themselves. They're not being dramatic. There's a nervous system that is actually running on fumes, and it's running on sugar. Because the longer that you live and you not feed the body what it wants, you're living in that what we call the sugar cortisol loop. The less label you are to able to do things you actually want to feel calm and steady and be like yourself, it's not going to happen if you're not feeding your body and caring for the nervous system to say it's safe. That's the real cost of we'll use early afternoon or late night because that's what you're saying to me on Zoom. That's where you both are at. It's not the calories, you guys. It's the person when you wake up the next morning, when you haven't balanced your nutrition or your movement or your connection or what your body needs, your nervous system regulation the prior day. Does that make sense? So let's think for a second. Let's do a quick like gut check. On a scale of like 1 to 10, how much is this pattern costing your actual patience with the people you love? Now let's be honest because this is for you. I'm not judging you. Nobody on the Zoom is judging you. Nobody live is judging you. I just want you to connect and see the number. What is that for you? 8. Who else? Come on, you guys, let's engage with me. Like, I'm seeing my team, and that's about it right now. Anybody else? Comment on IG, like, what is that costing you? Okay, so we've got an 8. Can we mute Hazel? So now I want to step into, as you think about that number, 8 is quite high. I want to talk about 5 ways that you can start to regulate your nervous system, right? Because this is the part that you really came for. How do I rid myself of my sugar cravings, right? Is that right or is that right? Right? So you want to fuel your body. You mentioned like, I don't like meat, but I eat it. Then find something that you like. You want to enjoy life. You don't want to just eat it because some nutritionist or me as a naturopath, check with your practitioner. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but you want to fuel before you get on edge, before your body is empty, just like you fuel your car before it's on empty. Eat protein and fat 1 hour before waking. And don't skip meals in order for you to get more work done. This is not going to regulate your nervous system, you guys. It's going to starve you. And everything you eat all day, and if you're fasting, great. If you do intermittent fasting, great. Everybody's like, do you like this nutrition plan? I like the nutrition plan that works for you, right? You've got to figure that out. But you don't want that blood sugar dip so that you have that craving early in the afternoon or it's stepping into evenings, right? You've all experienced you've eaten a really good balanced meal and then you want something sweet. That's a signal. You didn't fuel your body with what it needs. Your body's constantly giving you signals that we often ignore. Number 2, we did this on Friday. We actually walked through the exercise for those that you are live with me again, but breathe out longer than you breathe in. This is the fastest switch to shutting off fight or flight. That exhale. So if you want to breathe in for 4, exhale for 6. Breathe in for 6, exhale for 8. Do 10 rounds of this. This isn't woo, you guys. I said this on Friday. It's the one lever it's actually free. It's with you all the time. And you're helping bring down your stress response. Do it before each meals. Do it when you're feeling stressed in the office or with family or loved ones or children, right? Now, you'll never, ever, ever see me as we step into number 3 work out super hard when I had 4 hours of sleep. That doesn't happen anymore, but I'm using an example. You want to match your movement to how you feel. If you are completely feeling exhausted and stressed, don't be like, I need to burn this fat, so let me go push harder. A brutal workout on top of being exhausted and stressed is another withdrawal from something that's already empty. Does that make sense? Like your body is already exhausted and empty. The most powerful thing you can do on those days when you're feeling tired is maybe go into a stretch, a gentle walk around work or home or whatever that looks like. That could be the most powerful thing that you could do. Yes, I want you to lift weights 3 times a week for your general muscle mass, but I don't want you to punish your body when it's already in debt and it's already craving. Number 4, you want to build a transition into your day. What does that transition get to look like? Your body needs a signal that the fight is over, right? Because I just said you had a disrupted nervous system. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, no phones, no screens, shut the lights off, put your feet on the floor, go outside, put your feet in the grass. You're teaching your nervous system that it's safe to stand on its own. A regulated body does not go hunting for anything else. Is that making sense, you guys? Is that making sense? You have to start to listen to it, Nancy. That's how you start to realize, like, and we can talk about this in a minute, but you want most people, especially women, ignore the signals in their body. I just spoke to somebody that's going to speak on our summit, and we are pushing our bodies way too hard, and the nutrition isn't there. She's a registered dietitian. The nutrition isn't there to cover it, to carry it. Most of us are taught that you exercise more and you eat less. You eat more and you eat more and you exercise less. Like you're flipping it around. If you exercise more, you eat more. If you exercise less, you eat less. Right? So lastly, I want you to really name that emotion before you feed it. So the next time you reach to the pantry for that snack and you say to yourself, I want you to ask this question, and this is a good signal for you, Nancy, to think about like, am I hungry? Or I'm stressed? Or am I tired? Am I lonely? Like, what's going on for me? 9 times out of 10, you're usually tired. Even if it's early afternoon. Many people want to take a nap, right? Around 3 to 4 p.m. Or they want to nap right after they eat. That's telling me like we should be getting energized. If we're not getting energized by the food that we're giving ourselves, we got to relook at our nutrition. It's the foundation to our health, right? So you want to know where that craving is coming from. What is that feeling? You're all intuitive. I have so many women say to me, like, I don't have an intuition as strong as my friend does, as my mother does, as a loved one does, right? That's not true. You just haven't signed into it, right? Once you name your emotion out loud, you're going to know that the craving, it's not for sugar. It's asking for either more fuel or it's part of a comfort food for yourself. That's intuitive eating. That is it, you guys. That is really what I use with all my patients. You fuel it, you breathe through it, you match it, you can transition, you know what emotion is in. You start to do this and you're going to stop white knuckling when you want that sugar. Because now you're removing the cravings that actually existed for you. Does that make sense? 100% Nancy. If you're not eating enough and you're gaining weight, I would start to look at my protein. I would start to look at my healthy fats and 12 to 15 varying types of vegetables a day. It used to be 9, but our soils are not rich. You want to start to eat what your body needs. So here are some things that I'm gonna drop these in the chat because I just connected with them and my team doesn't have them. These are some reflection prompts that I want you to think about that I just wrote out before I went live. When are the sugar cravings hitting? Where's my body at today? Where's my emotions at? What would that look like if you woke up every day, you ate really well, you drank the water that you needed, half your body weight in ounces, you were energetic, you were joyful. You guys, that's possible. And I can unlock that for you. And if you have questions where I can help you unlock that, then if my team will drop my call in the my call booking link, I'm happy to jump on a call with you today. It would feel great, and you can feel great. We have given ourselves permission to not feel well. That's not okay. We're looking all around us. People are exhausted, people are irritated, people are on edge. We're blaming it on the world. We're blaming it on politics. We're blaming it on loved ones. We get to make that interchange for ourselves. That's the ripple effect for us. Creating that space, finding time for ourselves. And Nancy, pick one thing that you can change. You can't do it all overnight. So if you're waking up and maybe like you're famished, but you're pushing through and then you're not eating to a certain time, I don't know what that looks like, but take one habit and add it in. You can't add in 60. I know I'm being extreme, but that's truth. I do this with patients all day long. If you want to get unlocked, go to the chat, book a link. There's a call booking link right there. I can help you unlock it. Sometimes it's just a few simple tweaks. I have my own team as well that I work with. I can't do it myself. We need that support. Does that make sense? Okay, amazing. I hope that was super helpful. What I want to do now is I want to give you those that are live a gift, two gifts, and I'm going to walk you through it. Does that make sense? So the first one is, if my team can drop it in the chat, is the 7 steps to remove sugar and eliminate cravings. And I'm going to share my screen. I actually use these with my patients at the clinic. If you're having sugary drinks, stop. Replace them with something that's not sweet. I drink 3 things. I drink tea, I drink water, and I have 1 cup of coffee in the morning. These diet sodas give you cravings. They know it, right? Begin to read your labels. Pay attention to the ingredient lists that are on the packaged food. Sugar hides everywhere, right? Everywhere. If there's high fructose corn syrup, if there's cane sugar, if there's brown sugar, if there's, they also have taken HFCS and called it that, or they've called it corn syrup. They tried to get tricky like 10 years ago or so, right? Do something with no added sugar. And if it's sugar, lean into like low glycemic sugars, like blueberries, raspberry, strawberries. In New Hampshire, here where I'm at, we're in blueberry season, right? Choose whole nutrient dense foods. That speaks for itself. Know where your foods are. I should do a reel about this, but I always forget. But I love going to the farm and looking at all the fresh veggies and directly to a farm, to community supported agricultural, where I'm supporting a local farmer, right? I'm supporting a local farmer and their family. And I can pick all healthy foods and I know it's organic and there's no pesticides on it. That's key, you guys, right? But if you can't do that, choose what works for you. 100%, we're always wanting to take in what's my protein, what's my vegetable, what's my healthy fat. What fiber do I need? Do I need 30 grams of fiber a day? Do I need 50 grams of fiber? How are my bowels? What does that look like? Am I eating enough fiber? Right? Sleep is a huge one. We talked about sleep on Friday. 8 to 9 hours of sleep, waking up rested. If you're having these sugar cravings or you're popping up in the middle of the night, your cortisol is probably spiking. You need help to regulate that. I love these Zooms now. They like do thumbs up for me. Great. And manage stress. We already talked about water. Manage stress. Those are so simple. But most of the times you're not eating enough. You're not eating enough. That's the truth. So let's go to the next handout. And this is a 7-day reset plan that I wanted to gift you. This is how you'll do it. Eat real nutrient dense food and really begin to feel how your energy, your emotions, getting up, what life is gets to look like, right? Building your plate like we just talked about, your protein, your healthy fat, right? It's giving you ideas. Your water intake. No, sparkling water doesn't include as water. Water is water. Make sure it's quality and filtered. And please don't drink out of plastic bottles. Don't do it. And then what I want you to do, which is key, this is intuitive, you guys, or it's not intuitive, but I want you to do it, right? Track. When are you hungry? When are you having cravings? What does that look like? Are you waking up in the middle of the night? Are you getting up when you put your feet on the ground and you're ready to dominate the day? What does that look like for you? Start to be connected to that. And I say, write it down. Whenever I show up at these events, you hear me say, and my team hears me say it all the time, I have a notebook with me because there's going to be mic drops. I've dropped several mic drops. I'm still shocked that people still don't know how to eat. That's why I keep doing this. And again, until I heal your blood sugar, I cannot heal you. Then I put some day-to-day meal options in here as a gift because you showed up live. If you have any questions about this, I can 100% help you. Book the call in the chat, right? It's not about connecting with me, it's about connecting with your health. It's about you standing true to yourself and saying, this is what I want. This is who I want to be. This is who I get to be. Because the truth is life goes fast and it's not slowing down. And every day that you're like, I'll get to it on Monday, I'll get to it on Monday, you could becoming inflamed. Your blood sugar could be off. All of that. These are all options. And there's also snacks in here. I'm just scrolling through it for you so that you can see. And then this is your daily tracker. We made it for you so that you can print it out. Do it. It's your 7-day mission. How many of you would love to see me go through, if you saw me on a Monday and a Friday, where we walked you through a 7-day reset? How many of that would be valuable to you, to me? Great. Drop me in the chat. Anybody else that's on right now? I know there's several of you guys on here. No, nobody's like connecting. So we have one person. Well, I honestly can't do it for one person, but more, the more that are interested, then we can put something together. Because the truth is like, I'm happy to get on a call with you and unlock you right now, right? This is why I do this. I don't want you to have to show up and be sick, to have to show up and be like, I'm gaining all this weight and I don't know why. It's usually just a few tweaks, right? A few tweaks. Make sure you download those handouts, both of them, right? Everything that I just gave you is what I do with my actual patients in my clinic. But I don't want you to go away going, okay, I know how to do this. And like you get off the Zoom today and you're like, yeah, I heard Dr. Donahue say I need to eat better. But like I'll get to it like next Monday. I'll get to it like in a few hours. Like I don't have the right food in my refrigerator. Like I have no time to move my body. We get stuck in our emotions, you guys. We get stuck in our emotions. I said that to my niece this weekend. She's a little person. She was out on her jet ski and she said she came back, she's everybody's looking at me. Everybody like is like, how can I do this? And I said, how about if you change that? Look at how amazing that little girl is that she can ride that jet ski. We get stuck in our emotions. We all do it. She thought they were looking at her in an interesting way. My sister and I are like, she's 23 years old. How about if you thought of it differently? That's how I want you to start thinking about your health. It's not a pill for an ill, you guys. It's taking a step every single day to make a change, right? But I'm going to tell you again, if your sugar isn't balanced, I cannot heal you, right? This is the work that I do with women one to one all the time. Like I can think of a patient right now, 44-year-old patient, and she showed up at an event, a wedding recently, and someone's like, "Oh, you must be doing GLP-1. You look great." No, we just changed her nutrition. I said, "Don't focus on weight. Let's focus on what works for you," right? We balanced the blood sugar, we calmed her nervous system, we gave her tools. She lost her father 4 or 5 years ago. She was still in grief. We steadied her emotions, right? And then guess what? When this all happens for you, the story is for you as well. Your family and your life gets the ripple effect. It's the legacy of health. So here's your next step. Please connect with me. It's a real conversation about where you're at and where I can help you unlock something. It's just clarity. Click the link right now on the screen and book it while you're connected to this, while you're emotionally hearing my voice. Not after the cravings hit tonight and you're like, oh, that's what Dr. Donahue was talking about. Well, I don't know. Wait, what did she tell me to do? I don't know, but I gotta eat because I'm starving. Like it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and life has been super busy, right? We all do it. I used to do it too. I can't wait to see you, Nancy. That is fantastic. So I'm going to close with this, and then I can open it up for a question or two. The cravings aren't your enemy. They're signals that your body has been giving to you. And now, because of what we just talked about, and because you showed up live and you got those handouts, now you know how to intuitively begin to read those messages. And I'm telling you, most of you are too busy to stop and hear. But your body's been screaming out signals. Did that land? Again, it's not your enemy. Your body is speaking to yourself. So the only question left is this that I can think about right now. I gave it to you at the start. How much longer are you willing to live under what you could live above when it comes to your emotions and your health? Book the call. I want to connect with you. It's my passion. Grab the gift that we gave you. She can drop them in again, the links. And I want to see you on the other side of this sugar pattern. Does that make sense? I want to see you unlock this because the fact that you're having cravings is that your body is speaking to you. Does that make sense, Barb, we got Betty, Nancy's responding, Noreen. Thank you, Nancy. I love being engaged with people. We've got other iPhones on here. We got a couple more iPhones. I do this to support you. Thank you, Barb. So I can open it up for one question because I have an 11:45. Does anybody have a question? Don't forget to book a call, you guys. Like, I want to see you. I want to hear your story. I want to unlock you.
Do these calls cost anything?
No, Nancy. No, they're my gift. That's why I call them a gift.
Thank you.
Any other questions? To drop them in the chat and let me know. No more questions? You guys are going to change. You're going to create this ripple effect. You're going to heal. You're going to start to be aware of your sugar cravings. You're going to download those free guides and you're going to start your 7-day sugar detox reset plan. Because it appears like that right now, like Nancy is the only one that would be interested in me walking you through a full 7-day reset. And she also booked a call. Anybody else going to book a call? Drop me in the chat. I'll wait a few minutes. I got one more minute. All right. Well, I guess I did a great job. Nancy, I'll see you soon. Anybody else? We'll see you live again when you show up live. I'm sending you guys all so many blessings and love, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And reach out, book the call if you need to, grab the link. If you're not sure your schedule, you have it. You're welcome. All right, guys, have a beautiful rest of the day and watch those sugar cravings because they're signals for you. I'm sending you so much love. Bye for now.